What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com coming to you with a little Cadillac cam action. Sorry, had bad weather for a couple of days, so I'm running the Escalade through a quick little car wash just to get the dirt knocked off of it, and I figured I'd go ahead and knock out an episode of the scouting report. Now, the thing is, it's still Friday, so the line for this game on Saturday isn't out. I've got my hunches of what it will be, but what I will do is if you look in the description of this video when it's posted, obviously I will have the line and everything, you know, if any changes have been made based on what I'm getting ready to say, so on and so forth. But the Cleveland Indians taking on the Detroit Tigers. Obviously, they start their series tonight. They're going to play this weekend. And on Saturday, I know what the initial thought process is going to be for some people. And it's going to go one of two ways. You have Tristan McKenzie going in for Cleveland, and he's going to be making his Major League debut. And, you know, so not just his first start, but his debut. And not only that, but we'll touch on him just a little bit more in a second. But, of course, he's an unknown to a lot of people. The standard baseball fan is not going to know who he is. They're not going to know anything about him. And they're probably not going to take the time to really, truly research him. Sorry, that voice is from the car wash. But going up against Detroit, that may be the reason that some people back Detroit. And it'll also, you know, it'll play a part as to how both of these teams play tonight. But going into Saturday, that may be what hurts money coming in on Cleveland, is because it's not the people that everybody knows. It's not your standard starting pitcher. It is going to be somebody that people just aren't familiar with. Now, the problem is you got Boyd going in for Detroit, or supposed to be going in for Detroit on Saturday. He's nobody to write home about. He's nobody to really back. He's had a decent start this year. Truth be told, I mean, if you really look at Detroit as a whole, he hasn't pitched terrible. But nobody on Detroit's squad has pitched great. Nobody has been somebody that has been anything to even have a conversation about. So, again, do I think that Cleveland's going to be favored in this game? I do. If I had to take a wild guess, I would say that it would probably be 150, 160 maybe. I mean, hell, it could open up at 190. That's why I say make sure you look in the description of the video, because I'm recording this on Friday and there won't be any line until Saturday morning. So, but what I think that people need to realize about McKenzie is, number one, he was a stud minor league player. But for the people that dig into him or that know his background in the minor leagues, and the fact that Cleveland is far superior to what Detroit could ever hope to be this season, when you look at Cleveland, they are still in the running to be, you know, the AL Central champions. So you've got Cleveland and you've got Minnesota. Those are your two powerhouses. And like I've said, you know, since last year, 2020, they better watch out for the White Sox, because they'll be the team that can sneak up and bite them. I don't know that the White Sox will be able to beat out both of those teams this year, but Cleveland is still very much in that mix of top team in their division, top pitching rotation in their division, and a team that really wants to make a run into the postseason. And their pitching staff's changed a little bit. So for the people that are looking at it, just immediately thinking, okay, Cleveland's the better team, we'll back them, you're not necessarily wrong. But the problem is, you're going into a very big unknown. Number one, we got to see how they play Friday night. Number two, you got to see how many arms they run through Friday night, bullpen-wise, because you're going in with a new pitcher. So to assume that he's going to go in and play 6 or 7 innings is not... it's not likely. I would say brand new pitcher making his debut, if you get 5 innings out of him, you've done well. But if he only gets 3, 4, 5 innings and the bullpen has to take over, how many arms do you have based on what you use Friday night? And how many arms are you willing to use on Saturday based on what's coming Sunday? So you have to think about that. But for the people that go out there and say, you know what, he was a fantastic minor league pitcher, one of the best minor league prospects that the American League had for the past 5 years as far as pitching goes, we're going to take him because that and Cleveland. Keep in mind, not only is minor league and major league a very big difference, but the kid hasn't pitched due to a surgery and, you know, due to injury since 2018. So it's been over a year, going on 2 years, before this dude has towed the rubber at all, minor league or anything. You mix that, hold on, I'm going to get out of here before this air. You mix that with the fact that you're making your major league debut, that could be a recipe for disaster. So I don't want people to think that just because it's Cleveland and just because it's Detroit, that this is an automatic guarantee. I think that this game would be one that you would want to do your own reports on. Watch the game. Obviously, I think you know what we're probably going to see out of Detroit as a whole, but you want to see what you're going to see out of this pitcher, how the bullpen, either gets him out of trouble, makes it worse on him, whatever is to happen, and we'll just see. But I really think that because you are getting such an unknown variable, because you are getting somebody that's going to have the jitters of his first, big league start, and the fact that he hasn't played in a single game, hasn't pitched in a single game since 2018 due to his injury and surgery, I think that there's going to be those jitters there. I think he's going to have to knock the rust off. And just because you did well in your simulations against intra-squad matchups, it's still a different ball game. And even though you are playing the worst team in all of the sport of baseball, I know little league teams that have more overall talent than the Detroit Tigers, or at least they play like it. Can't just assume that they're not going to be aggressive. And I think that because you have a pitcher that's going to have to knock the rust off, for lack of a better term, I think you could see Detroit possibly get more hits than normal. So again, this isn't a game that I'm overly in love with playing, but I think that if you wanted to see where the value lies, I think it would be in the total. Anything 9 points or less, I think you've got value, because we know that Cleveland's going to be able to hit Detroit, period. But is Detroit going to be able to hit the rookie? I think they might. So seeing double digits in this game, no matter how the game pans out, would not be uncommon. So I would say that this game isn't very valuable, but I would say because of what you have in the department of pitching, I would say that the only way you're going to find value in this game is the total. Because I would say if you're going to take Cleveland, you're still going to have to lay over $1.50. That's my assumption, and I'm probably going to be right about that. Now, if you get Cleveland at minus $1.30 out of nowhere, and the odds makers are really, really taking into account the fact that they've got a new arm going up, then absolutely blindly take Cleveland, because you'll never get a line like that again this season, where Cleveland is laying such low money against the worst team in the entire sport. So just think about that. I think that if the line comes out where it should be, or where we all think it's going to be, I think you may want to look towards total a little bit, because you're going to see a Cleveland team that probably has no trouble hitting, and a Detroit team that may have a little more advantage at the plate than they do most nights. So take that for what it is. Do your own research. I've got 4 MLB plays today on the premium card, as well as 1 premium NHL play. All of them are at the site, chasewins.com. Go get it. And then obviously, that's for obviously what I just said is going to be irrelevant, because I'm not posting this thing till Saturday. But Saturday, I'm sure we'll have a big card as well. So go jump on it, chasewins.com, and let me know if you have any questions. And I'll be back for another episode soon. Thanks, guys.